Welcome back to another edition of Creme de la Corp, where I am exposed to 5 posts from the war room that I've never seen before, and I give my unabated thoughts and commentary on said posts. So let's dive in because we're not wasting time here. The first one is called Office Farts. What are some strategies you all employ when you have to subtly let one out in the office? See, this is an interesting one. We had an office dog. That was always an easy blame for most people. I personally have never had this issue because I have a super efficient body, so everything that goes in, nothing comes out. My body runs hot as it is, and it uses all the energy, okay? It's a machine, so I really can't comment on this. Blame it on the new hire from Chep. That's the top comment here. Blame it on the new hire. I love that. Blame it on your SDR. Honestly, or just own it like a fucking savage and say, what are you gonna do about it? Just a thought. All right, next post. This one is called, How Much Do You Discount and Why? And there was a poll here, and there's too many options for me to tell you about, but basically most people fall in the 5 to 25% range. I just think discounting is for the weak. Discounting is for the weak. Fuck discounts. All right, just means you haven't sold enough value. All right, and yeah, I get it. Like, you can always just anchor super high and then discount back to list price. That's, I've done that before, but discounting is really just a mechanism to drive the timeline forward. Okay? Believe in what you're worth. You know what I'm saying? Have some conviction when you say price. That's one of the things. People are so soft when they talk about price. They end up going down the discount route, shooting themselves in the foot. Deal doesn't get done. Prospect comes back a year and a half later like, hey, what about that discount? And you're like, nah, bruh. You should be. Or you're like, oh yeah, I would totally willing to honor that because I need your business badly. Don't be that person, okay? All right, the next post is voicemail dead? Posted by Lizzerati. I do a lot of outbound dialing to prospect my own appointments. Half our team leaves voicemails, half does not. Do you leave a voicemail? Yeah. I always leave a voicemail. I mean, at least, they get to hear the voice for a second. You become a little bit more of a human being. I don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, nobody's really ever going to call you back. That's just like normally what happens, like, because people are people doing people stuff. But I feel like a voicemail cannot hurt. And it's like, what, an extra 10 seconds of your time? Just do it. So 42% of people say yes, 26 say no, and 32 say sometimes. So I guess it, whatever, kind of depends. I would leave a voicemail. I just think it can't hurt. And you might as well at least sound personable. Okay, the next one. Ever hooked up with a prospect or customer? Spicy. All right, let's see. This was based off of my IG post around hooking up with coworkers. It's risky business, people. If you're going to do it, don't get caught. All right. So let's see. The poll here says 18% yes, have done it. 70% no, but I can't wait for the stories I'm about to read below. Let's see. These stories are way too long. Okay, so I won't say this happened to me or not, but the person in the story was a much younger person and known for being a bit ridiculous. He still might be. So, $100 million deal. He nails it. Months of work. Young 20-something. And he hits a $100 million deal, which even for a decent-sized company is a fair bit of cash. Yeah. Most companies don't do that in a year. On the other side of the deal is a nice woman. She's a few years older, and she's the AM, maybe. I don't know, possibly just the AA. I don't know what those acronyms mean, except for Alcoholics Anonymous. Anyway, whatever every girl guy office would talk about when she walked in, so the deal's done and signed and good to go. He says something along the lines of, so, before we part ways, want to throw all caution in the wind and knock one out. She tells him she's not that easy, and he says, okay, well, we can grab a copy of When Harry Met Sally in a 4-pack of Bacardi Breezers and see what happens, or we can skip the trip to unnecessary land and have at it. Wow, that's a bold move. So this person walks out of the men's bathroom, followed by woman, and I guess some angry married chick saw them, went and told the VP. VP calls him into her office and says, listen, you're an idiot, but you just brought in $100 million. If anyone from our side asks about any of this, you are to reply, quote, I am not allowed to talk about that. And for the love of Christ, if anyone on the other side asks, you swear that you do not know what they're talking about. Now, this happened between you and that woman, he says. I'm not allowed to talk about it. She says, perfect. Now get out of here because you are such a pain in the ass. Honestly, you make me feel like hurting myself. And he walked out with a big grin on his face knowing he was bulletproof. There you go. Close a $100 million deal and do whatever the hell you want. That's the moral of that story. Wow. Okay. Glad I read that whole thing. What is your typical research process before a sales call? This is the final one here. Oh my God. See, Sahil, Bravado CEO, my boss, he wrote an absolute novel. And I'm not going to go into it because I don't have time. This is the Creme de la Corp, people. Time is money, people, all right? But you should all read it. Research the human. Sales is deeply personal. Oh, cool, Sahil. I'm kidding. That is a good idea. Research the company. You should be able to actually describe what the company does. Nice. Prepare 3 top hits. Before every call, I list out my top 3 hits. These are the top 3 things I must say on this call. Every call should have a unique top 3, so it's not just your best 3 value props. That's dumb, okay? So lightweight, customizable benchmarking. Sahil, great advice in here, man. He got upvoted 41 times. That's because he was a sales savage himself. He knows what's good. Now he's a CEO trying to give back to the youth in sales. Good for him. Love that. That's why I work for him. Good kid. I'm not going to add anything on to that. Just do your research, people. Just do it. Sometimes I even go creep on their Venmos, see who they're sending Venmos to. It's a weird thing to bring up, but, sometimes you might learn a little something about them that you didn't know otherwise. So that's it. That's all we got here for Creme de la Corp. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, sales are dope. Never, ever stop selling. Peace.